Yeah, how's it, guys? I want to talk about self-esteem. What is self-esteem? Basically, self-esteem is having standards. It's how you measure yourself. It's you writing a script of your do's and don'ts, things you accept and things you don't accept. It's like you writing a test at the same time you're the one marking the test. You know what I mean? It's like, as far as self-esteem is concerned, you create your limits and you break them. So it's up to you as to what you want to put in it and what you don't want to put in it. But what makes you to have a high self-esteem or a low self-esteem is you breaking your standards. So when you break your standards, what it means is that you have a low self-esteem. But when you uphold your standard, when you insist on your standard being upheld, it means that you have a high self-esteem. I would love to use people like in the Bible, for instance, Moses. Moses was a guy with a low self-esteem. In spite of him growing up in Egypt and everything, God was like, hey, Moses, I know you have this thing that your people are struggling and it bothers you and everything, but I think you are the solution. You can get your people out of Egypt. But because of his low self-esteem, he was like, I don't think I can do it. I don't have this. I don't have that. What he was actually doing, he was disqualifying himself. He was saying, oh, I can't speak. I can't do this. I can't do that. And the thing about low self-esteem, you start imagining things. He started imagining things like, if I, tell them, they won't believe me, and who will I say send me to the people and to Pharaoh and all that. So that's what self-esteem is about. Not only don't you believe yourself, but you start imagining that people won't believe you. Like for instance, when God took the Israelites out of Egypt, he said, I've given you the promised land. But he sent 10 spies, it's 10, 12 spies, to go, to view the promised land. And they came back, with a negative report, because they didn't believe that something like the promised land, it's worth them having. They were like, no, it's impossible. It cannot be done. That's what self-esteem about. Self-esteem is about you believing that you're worth it. It's about you believing that whatever you want, you can get. It's about you believing that the dream that you have within you, it's worth living. It's about you going out for what you want. It's about you standing up for yourself. It's about you going against everyone, including your parents, your friends, your spouse. It's about saying, you know what, I have this dream and I'm going to protect it. Self-esteem is about you standing up. But most important about self-esteem, it's your ability to say no. That's a sign that you have a high self-esteem. People with a low self-esteem just say yes to everything. They say yes to inconvenience, yes to answering calls they don't want to. They also talk to people they don't want to talk to. People with low self-esteem, they date people they don't even want to date. So self-esteem is about you standing up for yourself and saying, you know what, my opinion matters. I know everybody else's opinion matters, but mine takes precedence. By virtue of, because I spend most of my time with myself. Self-esteem is about, you know what, even if you guys don't agree with me, I still believe what I believe. Even if you guys don't walk with me, I still walk the walk. Self-esteem is about you choosing to stand out. Self-esteem is about you separating yourself from the crowd. Because honestly, I believe God created the world more on, on self-esteem than anything else. Like you were not created to be like everyone else. Your self-esteem is protecting your identity. It's like saying, you know what, I know you are a doctor, I know you are a lawyer, I know you are a musician, I know you are a scientist, but me, this is what I want to do. Not only do I want to do it, but I'm good at it, because there's some people who are good at drawing and they're discouraged because they don't see people making money out of that. Maybe you are the first guy who can make money out of that. There's some people who are starting small businesses. You are there at the corner selling chips and everything. You know what? Keep doing that. It's your dream. And that's what self-esteem is about, protecting your dream. But if people criticize you and you give up on your dream, if people are on your case and you give up on your dream, if people don't support you, then you give up on your dream, that just means you have a low self-esteem. Your standards are very, very, very low. But you know what I like about self-esteem is, even if when you are lost, you can always come back. You can take a U-turn and say, you know what, I'm going to stand up for myself. So basically, in layman's terms, self-esteem is about you standing up for yourself. It's about you saying, you know what, I want this and I'm going to go for it. It's about saying, you know what, I want this person and I'm going to tell it. It's about, you know what, I have this dream and I'm going to achieve it. That's what self-esteem about. It's about you approving yourself. Not some people, not someone telling you that you can. It's good that people tell you that you can. But what's important is, do you believe that you can? Because we can support you, the whole nation, the whole world can believe in you. But if you don't believe in yourself, then it means you have low self-esteem. Self-esteem is about saying, you know what, I like this shirt because I chose it. I don't care what you think. I like this hat because I chose it. I don't care what you think. That's what self-esteem is about. Self-esteem is not agreeing. It's not saying yes to what people think. Just agree with their opinion, but don't take it. What you think, it doesn't matter. Because my life, it's my life. I was created with a self-esteem. I was created to protect my self-esteem. You should protect your self-esteem, protect your decisions, protect your standards. Self-esteem. So I'll be adding more on that. Stay tuned, guys. Sharp, sharp.